Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Boner Police podcast. This week, it's a little special, a little something different. I believe this is episode 9, it's episode 9. If I'm wrong, and I will look like a fool at this time, but episode 9, this is going to be a little something different. This week, with me, just by myself, with me, your boy, and should be interesting. You get to hear some nice little stories, answer some questions from some viewers, and it's gonna be it's gonna be a good time. If you guys enjoy some of the other podcasts, you'll definitely enjoy this one, I'm sure. If you guys come for me, at least, but we'll check it out. I'll send you guys into the podcast in case you guys were bored of me. We'll just send you in there. Enjoy this week's episode of the Boner Police podcast. Peace. Hey, welcome back, guys. This week's episode of the Boner Police podcast. It's just me. So I'm just gonna be talking to you guys by myself in a room. But at least I got my Capri Suns, am I right, boys? If you guys haven't cracked open a nice Capri Sun in a little while, make sure you guys go out to the store. Get yourself a good old Capri Sun. Not sponsored, but I wish. This week I thought I'd just kind of hang out, maybe tell some stories and answer some questions from some viewers. Maybe we get into that. The last podcast that was recorded right after I got back from my vacation, you could call it. I consider it a vacation because it's really the only thing it's like once a year I kind of like get to go do something that's pretty fun and I don't have to worry about anything else for a solid week. And that was my vacation was going to the lake. This year it was going to the lake with my best friend Michael, his family. Michael was on the podcast previously, in the podcast with Annika and him as well. And it's always a good time, His family is so gracious to invite me and my father and I guess just all my family in general is invited, but only this year, only me, my father, and my oldest sister came with. And we took one of my other friends with us, and then everybody else that went on the trip. We probably had close to I would say 35 people in this little town village that we created of our own at the lake. So we went to Lake Powell, and Lake Powell is on the border of Utah and Arizona. Arizona being the state that I humbly live in. And it was a good escape from the heat for a little bit. We really wish I could be back there right now. It's honestly one of the best weeks I've had all year, since I didn't get to go to TwitchCon this year, since of the whole COVID crisis thing going on. But yeah, it was just a bunch of Michael's family at the lake. They were all invited, and just some familiar faces. We kind of do this thing once a year, right around what is it? August? Yeah, right around the very beginning of August, or last week of July, I would say. I think that's when it was. I think I came back around the 1st of August, which was, I think that's when. But yeah, there was a lot of his family up there. I tend to see the same a few familiar faces there every year, just because that's the one time we all go and meet each other. Since I don't hang out with his family, really any other times. But yeah, it was such a good time. We kind of have we have what I would call maybe a game plan every year, where Michael's dad, he owns an RV, I guess, and so what we do is we try to find the biggest section of beach that we can at the lake, and we try to just make it our own. This lake is very busy. I would say it's pretty busy. Lots of people show up all around the year, and they just like to camp out just like us. And so you kind of have to fight for a spot at this lake. What we ended up having to do was kind of park behind someone that was already camping there that we knew was leaving. And kind of what you do when you first get there is you kind of drive down, you check it out, you see where like a good spot would be, and then you go start asking, talking to people who actually are camping there, and you just find out when they're leaving, and if they are leaving within like maybe a day or two, then that is your spot. You set up right behind them, wait for them to leave, and then you kind of just don't really set up your entire camp yet. Maybe just like a couple canopies and maybe a table or two for just some food gatherings. You can set up like some tents or something for the meantime. And then once they actually like leave, that's when you swoop in. You got to do this really fast because people like to almost like little pigeons. Like they'll just swoop in and then like a bird of some sort. They'll swoop in and try and like kind of almost like steal it from you, like being a bully. But you just gotta like get in there really fast, and if you get in there really fast, then it's yours. And we ended up having probably like 25 yards, maybe close to like 35 yards of just beach to ourselves. And I would say maybe like a 25 by like almost probably like close to like 50 yard just of us, like we claimed, since we can kind of back the RV into up like kind of horizontal to the beachfront, so it's kind of blocking out the rest, like people just driving by. You can kind of bring your cars in up next to those, kind of facing vertically towards the beach, and kind of make a square so that no one else can really like get in there in your zone. And well, we ended up getting in there really well. We got a nice spot on the beach. We have this was pretty big canopy we like to set up. It's pretty sturdy. It tends to get very windy at the beach. I refer to it as a beach, I guess, but it's just a lake. It feels very similar to a beach. I would say it's even better than the beach because it's not as cold. Yeah, I think it's a little better, but we have like some boats, and this year was probably my favorite year we've had so far. A lot of Michael's family ended up bringing a lot of Michael's family that is never really able to come on this trip was able to come because of the virus. So in that way, the virus is kind of a good thing. Yeah, so it enabled some family members that I'd never met before to join, and they were able to bring some water sport toys, I guess. Maybe we had like 3 boats, which is like fucking crazy because we only ever have like a 1 or 2, but we had 3 boats. And then we had some jet skis. At one point we had like 4 jet skis. We have like a bunch of paddle boards, and like one of Michael's, I guess, cousins or uncles or something. He was able to rent a houseboat, so they pulled up a giant ass houseboat to the beach, and that was sick. I've never been on a houseboat before. If you've never been on a houseboat before, that shit's fucking sick. But it's pretty much just like this house. it's like a large apartment, like on the bottom floor, with like 3 bedrooms or something like that, and like 4 beds, and just like a kitchen, like an entire kitchen, and like living room with like couch and everything. And then there's an upper decker, like floor that's kind of open air, that has like almost like a bar and like a counter and all those like couches and tables, and it's fucking sick. There's even a slide that goes off of the back of that thing. That shit's fucking sick, dude. I wish we could have one every year. That is like one of my favorite things about that trip. But the one of the best things I think we've kind of innovated, and we've seen people start doing, is bringing like a water pump and pumping the beach, like the lake water over the sand, because the sand gets very hot during the day, and so you can spray it down with water, so it gets cooler and it doesn't burn your feet, burn your little tootsies. And another thing we do to kind of stop that is we bring like AstroTurf or like fake grass, big old rolls of that, and we roll it out underneath this big sturdy canopy that we bolt down, because it gets very windy, and you'll realize very quickly when you're there that a lot of people didn't account for the wind. Every year there's at least a few days that it gets very, very fucking windy, and it'll start blasting sand, and people's canopies will just go flying, and tents I've even seen in the water. There's people that are kind of like negligent about that kind of thing, but yeah, like that's, so it's like we got the whole setup, dude. And it's just a lot of like hanging out, enjoying the weather, going out in the boats. We had some wake surfing, wakeboarding. One of Michael's family's members, his name was JJ. He has this boat, and it's specifically made for like wake surfing and wakeboarding. Wake surfing seems a lot more cool to me, I would say, because I think it takes a little bit more skill. I can't personally do it very well, even though I think I have like I have a background in skateboarding, which you would think kind of translates a little bit, but it's such a foreign thing to me that I think I'll just stick to the land. I think it's very fun to watch and fun to hype people up and see people learn new things, but man, is it fucking hard. I don't know what part about it is just too hard for me, but I can't wrap my brain around standing on a water board. I just don't get it. Probably the same way people don't get skateboarding. Like that thing is just foreign. But I'll stick to watching and taking some pictures and films and stuff, which I did, and I sent them to all the people that I took pictures and videos for. If you keep an eye on my Instagram, I'm gonna be posting some of the pictures and things that I've taken from there soon. And a lot of people that I've taken pictures for have posted their pictures that I've taken, which gives me great pride, whatever that fucking means. But yeah, man, it was like the first couple days is just getting set up, making sure we have everything that we need. Lots of coolers, lots of drinks, lots of stuff like that. You gotta make sure you stay hydrated because you're outside 24/7. My plan whenever I go is just to bring my cot, and I just kind of camp out underneath the stars. Only one night did it really rain. Usually, at least every year I've gone, it at least rains 1 or 2 days. So we kind of like planned for that and had a tent set up just in case. And so I just hopped in there real fast before it started raining, and then I was chilling the whole time. Oh man, if you've never been outside camping when it started raining, like, you don't know how great that is. It's just such a great feeling. Camping is like one of my favorite things that I just don't do enough. I need to take some more people with me, and we just need to go have like a homies, just like some people. We can just go outside and just do as many drugs as possible, and just camp and just explode our brains, just stare at space, and just contemplate your life. That entire time I brought weed with me, like edibles, and that's what I was just chomping on that stuff, dude. I brought like 150 milligrams of like edibles with me, and I just kind of like rationed that out for like the week that I was there. I also brought like the plant as well, and that shit was like, everyone that went on this trip like didn't know that I brought it, nor were they like supporters of the marijuana. And so I had it in my backpack, and that shit was making it smell like weed like crazy, and I was just like freaking out like most of the time. Every time I smell my backpack, it would just smell like so dank, and I'd be like, what the fuck, like, I can't keep this inside anywhere. I gotta like fucking keep this like on a trailer or whatever, like keep it outside so nobody gets like a giant waft of just weed, big ol' waft of dank, if you've ever like had to like tried to smoke and like try to hide it, maybe if you were younger or something like that, you'll know like the feeling. I never had this feeling before because I never started smoking until I got older, and I'd already moved out and everything, and so I didn't have to hide it or anything like that. But yeah, it's crazy shit for me. But yeah, staring at space baked is like one of like the craziest thing I've ever done. Like it's the most brain melting thing. You just stare at the stars when there are no lights out. It's pitch black and you can just see every single star in the sky. Man, there's no other feeling than that. You just get to stare at like Venus and Mars and like Jupiter and all these, or not Jupiter, that's probably fucking far too far, but all the moon shit was super sick. But yeah, that whole trip, man, just filled with like waking up, having a great breakfast. That's another great part about these trips is the food. The food is insane. All of the dads that come on this trip are just there to cook you food, and it's so great. I've never had 3 square meals for a week straight in my entire life, dude. That's the only time of the year I eat the greatest. Is when I go on this lake trip with my friends' family. Man, do they cook you some good food. I think the first time we were there, we had fajitas for dinner, and that was like the best meat you could possibly imagine, the best season. Yeah, like, oh, man, shit's so good. Wish I could have some at all times. I think they got it from some random place that they know in California or something like that, like right near the border of Arizona and California. But like, damn, do I want some fajitas now? Fuck. But yeah, man, that trip, waking up, having some great breakfast, and then just kind of hanging out until maybe like 9:30, 10, 11 maybe, and then you go out, hit the lake, and then you do all your fucking water sports. We had these big old blow up tubes that you can fit like 4 dudes on at once, and we had 3 of them, so you can take like 2 out on a boat at once. And then they just bash against each other and people fall and fly and fall off or whatever. And that shit's so fun. If you've never been tubing on a boat before, or a tubing being pulled by a boat or like a jet ski or something like that, whatever pulls you, like, man, do that before you die. That shit's so fun. Also, kind of painful in a way. Every once in a while, you'll fall a little weird and like, damn. You can like kind of like bonk heads with some people, and I think they might have had like a problem in the past with some other family before. But like, you gotta do that shit. That's just one of those things you gotta do, because if you don't, then you just like, doesn't make any sense. Why would you not? But yeah, man, boating, fucking tubing, fucking wakeboarding, wake surfing. I kind of felt like a videographer while I was there, or a photographer. I was just taking lots of pictures. I was taking as many as I could, dude. It was like, why else do I have a camera, man? If not to take and like capture moments of my life that I enjoy, and throw them out into the internet for people to enjoy or something. I don't know. Maybe I just post them for likes. Honestly, I don't know what I even do anymore, as far as the internet goes. But yeah, that was like pretty much most of the lake trip. Once it got to like the last couple days, I had to, my work had scheduled me kind of early, so I had to leave like a day early from the trip, which made me very sad. But me and my sister ended up heading back a day early, so I could get to work on time. And then once I got back, I was like driving back, and it was probably close to like 5 or 6 p.m. by the time I got back, and I got a message. I got a Snapchat message from one of my friends, from my friend Taylor. She's been on the podcast a couple times, Taylor Jones, and she hit me up. She said, "Do you want to go to a party?" And I said, "Fuck yeah, I want to go to a party, dude. Are you kidding me?" And I think this was my first big boy party. If you know what a big boy party means, that means means big boy party. That means lots of substances, and lots of legal age adults enjoying some alcoholic beverages, and some legal drugs that we can do legally. Yes, right? Yeah, you guys know, you understand. But what ended up happening, like, at this fucking party, man? It was kind of insane. My first experience with this shit was like, I just kind of walked in. It was me, Taylor, and then two of her friends that she knows somehow. We just piled into her Prius and we just headed over to this party. We walked in and they called it the VIP room, but in the end it didn't really end up being a VIP room. So it was like this house kind of like rented by like these 3 or 4 like random college kids. It's very run down, but they have a lot of land, so no problems would ever happen with like being too loud or anything like that. But you like walk in and it's like kind of like the garage that was converted into like bedrooms or something. But there's just like a couple couches in there and like a fridge, and like that's it. A dresser or something, so I assume they'd sleep in there. But honestly, I don't know how you could sleep in this house, like looking at how it was like put together. But yeah, we walked in, I was just kind of chilling on this couch with all the stoners. And, eventually like they start kind of like when they do that whole like hand you gesture with like either like a bong or like a pipe of some sort. At that point, like, I'm already here, man. Like, why would I say no? It's also the first time I ever hit a bong. That was weird. If you guys never hit one of those, do it. It's kind of cool. But yeah, man, like, this fucking party, dude. I was like chilling there. We brought some, We brought some White Claws or something. Also, people shit on White Claws. Why? Don't know. Those shits are kind of delicious, not gonna lie. Kind of got me fucked up a little bit too fast. But, yeah, man, I was just kind of like chilling there sipping on one, and I was like, fuck, man, I kind of like, this doesn't even taste like fucking alcohol, dude. The shit. And then I guess like before I knew it, I had like 2 or 3, and then I was like, okay, I'm kind of feeling this now. That's kind of weird. But I didn't get like shit faced, which was nice, because what started happening at this party was there's a door that led from like this converted garage room into the rest of the house, where there was like a fuck ton of people just like constantly showing up, which was where like the kitchen and all that other shit was, where all the people were hanging out and playing beer pong and shit. And yeah, people would just randomly start funneling into this pseudo VIP room, which is supposed to be like only for the cool kids or some shit like that, but somehow I ended up in there. And yeah, man, I just like went in there and I was just hanging out, and then all these people started funneling in, and they were just raiding that fridge that was in there, because that's where all the other beer was or something. And I was like, damn, there's a lot of fucking people here. I didn't know a single person at this fucking room, in this fucking like house at all. No one besides Taylor, and like I sort of like knew these people that like came with us. I didn't really talk to them very much. I just kind of like were acquaintances. And so I was trying to get to know the people that were in this VIP room or whatever we were in. And like, man, it's crazy as shit. Can't hear shit. There's always some guy blasting like hip hop music. He thinks it's cool, but the rest of the people are always like, man, turn this shit off. And then he ends up changing it to something else until he finally stumbles upon Snoop Dogg, and then everyone's like, yeah, we can fuck with Snoop Dogg. Yeah, and you just kind of like, I was just people watching this whole night, man. Eventually there was like this one chick that just showed up and started talking and getting everybody's Snapchats, and she was like, I'm not from here, like this area or whatever, I'm just trying to like make friends. And little did I know this chick was just gonna get fucked up, dude. She showed up into this room like perfectly fine, got everybody's like kind of like Snapchats or whatever. I mean, I didn't give her mine because like fuck that, dude. She looked kind of sus, not gonna lie. And Like, she just walked into, like, the rest of the house. And the next time I saw her, she was shit-faced. Like, 25 minutes later, 30 minutes later, I just, like, walked into the other side of the house just to, like, kind of see what was going on, you know? Because, like, fucking party, let's see what's good. And she was just shit-faced, dude. Shit-faced. Have you ever seen someone on the ground, incapacitated because of alcohol before? This was her. She looked like a dead body, dude. She looked like she was fucking dying. I think I witnessed alcohol poisoning, dude. Like, not gonna lie, what the fuck is going on? Like, when I was at this party, at some point, she was just being carried around by, like, other females. Yeah, and then there was like these dudes that were just like, it was really bad, dude. We had to, like, kick some people out. Like, I say like I did anything. No. It was like the bigger, more cool guys, like, they were, like, kicking people out because, like, they were like getting too up on, like, all these, like, drunk bitches. And everyone's like, yeah, dude, not cool. You don't, like, you know, fuck with that. But anyways, yeah, this chick was, like, getting carried around, and then she just, like, fell on the ground, pretty much passed out, like, just dunzoed. KO'd, bud. And then they just, like, carried her into some kid's room where there was just a mattress on the floor. Like, what the fuck? And they just put her on there, and then there was, like, a bunch of people in this room just kind of standing there. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? And I'm just kind of like fly on the wall, just kind of, like, chilling there, watching, seeing what's popping, you know, getting my party on, getting my party experience going. I'm looking around like, you guys fucking seeing this shit? Like, is this normal? Like, what the fuck? Everyone's just partying, playing beer pong and shit. I'm just, like, crazy, out of my mind, just, like, confused and shit. Like we just leave her here? Like, what the fuck? And these other chicks, like, came out of the room, and they were like, yeah, whoever's bed that is, like, I'm sorry. I was like, oh shit. So I just, like, puked all over that bed, and I don't even want to know what happened in that bed, dude. Like, so fucking crazy what could have gone on in that fucking bedroom, dude. But yeah, so that was pretty much my party experience. And then we ended up, well, I was just really stoned that entire night. Eventually, like, my semi like, tipsiness, like, wore off, and then I was just stoned, like, at this party, and I was like, fuck yeah. And then every time I would go back into that VIP room area where the couches were, like, there would just be someone else loading a bowl to smoke, and I would just sit down, and they would pass it to me, and I'd be like, fuck it, like, why not, dude? Probably hit like 20 rips that entire night, dude. I was pretty blazed, not gonna lie, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second of that shit. Every second I was there, dude, I was like, damn, gotta do this shit more often. But yeah, man, you ever get to go to a big boy party, fucking do it. It's just fucking insane. There's always some weird thing that happened. But by the end of the night, we pretty much were just like, yo, anyone want to go to fucking Denny's, yo? Did I hear Denny's? Did someone say Denny's? Shit. So we got like a car full of people, and we tried to go to Denny's. Denny's was closed. Yeah, Denny's was closed. And we were like, yo, anything else open? Breakfast food? IHOP? Anyone would say IHOP? Yeah, no, fucking IHOP closed. What the fuck? Isn't IHOP supposed to be 24 hours now or some shit? I was like, yo, Waffle House maybe? And by that time, everyone was like fucking over it. And so we just went to like a gas station and just like loaded up on fucking snacks. Got like a Gatorade and some chips or some shit. And we went back to the party to see what was good again. And then that's whenever everything started dying down. People were leaving, and we were just kind of like chilling there in this fucking garage bedroom thing, VIP room area, whatever. Just like smoking shambong, eating some mad snackage, making sure I'm drinking some Gatorades or whatever people were drinking. But yeah, that kind of concluded my night. That shit was fucking sick. But that was all that same night. I drove back from the lake. It's like fucking 4.5, 5 hours driving just to come back and go get shit, like shit faced. I mean, I didn't really get drunk, but you know what I mean. Fucking stoned out of my mind and watch drunk people like act like fools. But yeah, Yeah, that's crazy. I guess another thing that's happening with me right now is I guess I just got a new job. Fuck yeah! If anyone of you know me as like a deli boy, working at a Fry's Kroger deli. Fuck that shit. I only got 2 days left. By the time this shit's probably up, I don't know if I'll put it up tomorrow or whatever. Whenever I'm filming this, I don't know. It'll be up sometime, but as of right now, I only have 2 days of working at that place left, and then I start my training. I'll be working at the airport, which is gonna be fucking sick. Sky Harbor Airport. Hell yeah, dude. I don't want to tell you exactly where I work because that's fucking weird if you want to know. But yeah, to get into this fucking job, dude, this is a lot of work. They require a lot of like kind of like tested and studying knowledge. I'll be working with like unloading planes that come in and kind of like guiding them in and shit. And so I gotta know like a bunch of like airport codes, and that's the hardest part so far, is the airport codes. And when I say by airport codes, like for Phoenix, like the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, it is PHX is like the, like the acronym or whatever for the airport, and then for like LA, it's like LAX. Well, I gotta know all of them, fucking all of them. And they're gonna like test me on this shit. There's like 100 of them or something like that. There's so many fucking airports, and most of them don't make any sense. Like Orlando, Florida's is MCO. What the fuck? Doesn't make any sense. Like, why is it MCO? The shit. Anyways, that's like a me problem, I guess. But yeah, it's just like a bunch of information I got to absorb in a very short amount of time. I have to take a drug test. That shit's kind of fucking stressful, but I have like a bunch of skateboarding homies that like kind of gave me the up, on what to do for those. So I know. I mean, I'm sure I'll be fine, but because I don't really smoke that often, but damn, that shit fucking kind of stressful. Just like kind of getting a job, I've already like kind of got the job, but there's a lot of work that goes into like actually getting the job, which is weird. But yeah, man, I kind of was writing down some topics to talk about, since I was kind of worried if I'd be able to talk for this long. And before I go on, let me take a little sip of some water. All right. I'll move the topic over to the skateboarding games that are coming out. Right now, I recently bought Skater XL, which is like kind of the best skateboarding game that's out right now. It's on like consoles as well as, I think it's like Xbox, PS4, and then it's on PC. I have it on PC just because Steam is like my go-to. It's very, very accurate. I would say to normal skateboarding, other than like the classic like controller-esque feel that there is to video games. But compared to like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, like that kind of stuff, it's not just like mashing buttons. It's very, very like, I don't know, it takes skill to actually play this game. The joysticks are your feet, if that makes sense. So your left joystick would be your left foot, and then your right joystick would be your right foot, and you press them down and up in order to do your various tricks. And that shit hasn't gotten old yet. I'll tell you, and I've probably put in like 10 hours to this game so far, and I'm still having fun. And there's even on like the online version, like on Steam, there you can get like mods and shit to put on like PC version, and you can just start adding new maps. The maps that come with the game so far, I haven't gotten bored of yet, so I'm still having fun with those. And once I kind of start getting bored with those, I'll start messing with all the online stuff, but I've seen all the a lot of mods and stuff people have been doing, and man, like those look so cool and so fun to like actually do. And I thought maybe I'd give them a go once I actually start diving into modifications to Skater XL. But another thing that's coming out soon is they're like doing the revamped versions of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, and I'm kind of excited for those, but only if I don't know if they're coming on PC or whatnot. I haven't really been paying attention to it enough, but I mean, I liked Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I was a big fan of the music and stuff that was in that game. It's a big reason of like kind of why I still dive into hip hop every once in a while, and like that kind of stuff. But I don't have too much of a opinion on those games as far as like them making new versions of them. I mean, in my opinion, like the more the merrier. The more skateboarding games, the better. I think it's definitely going to get people into skateboarding a lot more, which is good for me, I guess. More people skateboarding, the more, I guess, the more fun. And the more fun is better for me. Because I'd like everybody to skateboard. I mean, I think it's like one of my favorite things to do. And so, man, if I could get everyone on a skateboard, I would. And so I think this will get a lot of people interested into skateboarding, and hopefully maybe they pick up a skateboard and start riding it and learn some stuff, and maybe they like it and they stick with it. But I guess like my background in video games isn't too extensive. I guess I just like kind of started on like Nintendo 64 is probably the first thing I'd started playing, and I think that was like if I think about it, I think one of the first games I ever played was Bugs Life for the Nintendo 64. And I remember that shit used to scare the fuck out of me. Yeah, in Bugs Life, I think you had 3 lives, and once you died, if you remember in the movie Bugs Life, Hopper, which was like the villain in the movie, like Grasshopper dude, if you died, like it would just show a picture of his face, so really, really angry and like gnarled and like he was really mad, and it would be like a really dark chuckle laugh. And that shit used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid. And if I died that many times, I would just bolt out of the room and like just wait for it to pass. Cause it would like haunt me in my dreams, dude. That fucking face. But yeah, after I started playing those, it was like kind of transitioned into Zelda, maybe like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, those games. I never really understood Majora's Mask as a kid, just because I was like young and retarded and didn't understand like the time aspect of the game. But I think I preferred Ocarina of Time. That was my preferred Zelda game for a long time, until Breath of the Wild came out, I think. But yeah, after like the N64, I think it was a lot of handheld games like Game Boy Advance, like Pokemon. I never really got too far into Pokemon. It was just like the thing I did because I was like the only game I had. The way I got games was my older sister, or my oldest sister. She would just like get Game Boy games like Pokemon Sapphire, or not. I think the first Pokemon game I had was Pokemon Yellow, the one with Pikachu on it. And then she beat that game, and then so she let me play it while she was playing Pokemon Blue version, and then she would pass that to me. And then I think by that time we had like Game Boy Advances, and then we started playing like Sapphire and Emerald and Ruby version, and then she would pass those to me, and then I would just play those through. And I don't know, I didn't have like a huge attachment to Pokemon. It was just kind of like a game. It was just another game I could play. If we had like a game, I would just play it. I don't know. Just fuck it. It's a video game. I like video games. But yeah. I think after those, transitioned into like the Wii, I think was the next game console we got. We were a big like Nintendo company, like family. I think like a family friend of ours gifted us a Wii, and that had Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on it, and it also had We also got like Smash Bros. Brawl. And that was like the second Smash Bros. Game I played. I played for the Nintendo 64. I played Super Smash Bros. And that game stuck with me for like forever. It's like since till now. Like I still play Super Smash. I think everybody still enjoy a good Super Smash Bros. Game. But hopping back to the Wii, I played a lot of Smash and I played a lot of Twilight Princess. And Twilight Princess probably being the better of the more favorite of the two, I would say. That being said, when I was young, I never beat the game. I just would just run around and just beat up all the little goblins and stuff. And I would just never know how to get past certain parts, and then I would just stop playing the game. And my sister wouldn't tell me like how to beat them or something like that. I can't remember. But after that, I guess, is when I started transitioning into like playing. I think after that, yeah. So after that is when my parents got divorced, right? And then when that happened at my dad's house, he bought a desktop computer. And that's when the desktop PC video games started. I'm talking RuneScape. I'm talking Minecraft. I'm talking browser games. Yeah, you heard me. Fancy Pants. Fancy Pants Adventures 2, dude. All of these games, man. The games that your fucking any computer can play. And then once he kind of like upgraded that computer from like a really shitty one to like a little bit of a better one, I started playing games like League of Legends and Counter-Strike at the time. Counter-Strike was the first game I think I bought for the computer with my own money that I still play to this day. And those two being some of my favorite games ever. RuneScape was like a game that I played for a long time with like just my friends that were like lived in my neighborhood. That was like the big thing for us. Yeah, we'd just be on Skype, chopping trees, shooting the shit, and then we'd hop on some League of Legends. What really got me into like playing computer games was one of my best friends. His older brother, his name was Ken. But we walked into like the computer room at his house one time, and he was playing League of Legends, and he said, "You know what you guys should do? You guys should play this game." And so we said, "Okay," and then we started playing League of Legends, and now I'm here. I think because of him, I am here. Because of him telling me to play League of Legends, I have got into this point in my life. I'm not even joking. The chain of games led me to online, into entertainment, into Twitch, into fucking this podcast, whatever this shit is. But yeah, thank you, Ken. I owe you a lot, I think. Yeah, it means a lot to me, honestly. I wouldn't be here I don't think it was for you telling me to play League of Legends. Or Minecraft or whatever it was we were playing. I'm pretty sure it was League of Legends though. But after those games, it went into Rocket League, those types of games, and I still play League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Rocket League. To this day, I just kind of like have added in some random one-off games that have been popular over the time, like PUBG or like I guess Minecraft was kind of in there as well. And then just like some Rainbow Six Siege, like those types of games. I kind of like FPS games a lot, but I never really got into Call of Duty because I always owned Nintendo consoles. But I guess that's kind of my background in computer games. But right around the time we got that computer, for my birthday, I really wanted a Nintendo Wii U so that I could play Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. Was like the thing I wanted the most. And instead of getting me a Wii U for my birthday, my dad got me a 3DS with Super Smash Bros. It being still the same game, you could connect and play on the Wii U, but in my brain it wasn't the same. But I still got very good at it, this was when I was maybe a freshman in high school, no, a sophomore in high school. I was playing a shit ton of Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS, getting really fucking good at this thing, dude. And by that time, I was a junior. For my birthday that year, I asked my dad again for a Wii U, and he didn't get me one. But so I went out that night on my birthday, and I used my birthday money to buy me my own Wii U and a TV that could use an HDMI port, because none of my TVs did. And I thus transferred into being a competitive Super Smash Bros. Player. And I still play Super Smash Bros. To this day. That game is fucking insane and nuts, and all the new characters and shit that have come out since are fucking weird and crazy, and I don't understand any of them. But it took me into high school. We had a club. It was called the Video Game Club. How original, right? And we would have Super Smash Bros. Tournaments on every Friday, and so I would just join those. And me and my made some friends in that club I still talk to. And man, was it like one of the best times of my life, playing Super Smash Bros. on the projectors at school with my friends, and it being okay. And I started going to tournaments and stuff outside of school, and I have thus made my money back in tournament winnings, and like little Arizona locals in my little area. It took me a while, but I eventually made my money back on my Wii U and my TV, probably being somewhere around like $400. I mean, it's not that much, but I've made it back, I guess, if that counts for anything. But that's where I am. That's where I am now. After those kind of stuff, after those things, I built my own computer. After I got my first job, I built my own computer, and then I started streaming, playing all these games for people on the internet, anyone wanted to watch them. They fucking watch them. But yeah, now I'm here. After streaming, I kind of just got interested in this whole podcasting, and now we're fucking here, dude. We're here. It all comes back around. Fucking podcast. Let's go, boys. Poggers. I think now I'll go into some questions that some viewers have asked. I went through tonight, and I had gathered some questions from people that I asked if anyone had any questions they wanted me to ask on the solo podcast, and some people had some things to ask. The first one, strangely, was what's my dream date. I think really like a dream date would just be. It sounds really like generic, but like just hanging out. I don't know. I don't really feel like you have to spend money to like have a good time, like a good date, I guess. Maybe like just hanging out, watching a movie, just chilling, just laying on the couch or something. I don't know. Laying on the couch, watching a movie, just chilling. I think that's something I would enjoy. I'm sure. But if we had to go real far out there, sure, fuck it. Let's go. Let's go on the lake or something, man. Let's get like some cold drinks. Let's go on the lake. Just hang out. Maybe a beach or something like that. Something outside. Maybe a hike. Who knows? Something where you're not just like you get to like learn something about someone, and then you get to like do something fun as well. But I guess that kind of answers that. This other one's kind of fucking weird, not gonna lie. This next question is, how do I imagine myself dying? And strangely, I think it's related to skateboarding, but I really wish I didn't immediately go there. I feel like I would have just like fallen on my head somehow and like break like a vertebrae in my neck and I just die. Or like, I don't know, like hit a curb or some shit with my forehead and then just my brain explodes. Yeah, either that or I just get killed. I think I would rather someone murder me, not gonna lie. Maybe not like really gruesomely, but like if I was just walking down the road and someone just shot me in the head and I just died, maybe I was just maybe I'd be fine with that. Or like um yeah, probably yeah, sure. I imagine myself either getting so hurt from skateboarding that I die or somebody killing me. That's my answer. Um what is my dream stepdad? Wow, this is a little odd, but something that I could see happening. My mom is out there. She do be looking. Any of you strapping millionaires out there. My mom likes. She kind of like only. You can't be short either. She's kind of picky. My mom. If you're just trying to, honestly, if you're just trying to date my mom, just please be 6 foot. These are her words, not mine. Please be 6 foot, and you can't be a gremlin or a midget. It's just like not something she's into, and you just gotta have a lot of money. Other than that, you're good. But my dream stepdad would probably be someone I could play catch with, someone I could play video games with if when I wanted to. Maybe someone who would support me, both financially and mentally. You come to my sports games that I do no longer attend because I'm a grown man, but maybe ask how I'm doing every once in a while. That's about it. What is my least favorite job that I've had? Well, so far I've only had like 3 jobs. My first job was being a pizza boy at a Papa Murphy's. That job was kind of alright. And then, other than that, I was kind of like working for family a little bit, but like not really, so I wouldn't consider it a job. And then like the next job was just working where I am right now, kind of like at like a Kroger grocery store. And I would say I would say I dislike the grocery store most because I got more friends from making pizzas and more. I gained more from making pizzas, which is strange. Yeah, I gained more from making pizzas than I did working at a grocery store. It's weird to say that, but yeah, I have some of my best friends that I made from making pizzas, which is cool. So, least favorite job, grocery store. How would I kill someone if I had to? Oh, what the shit? How would I kill someone if I had to? Oh man. Well, to start, I would have to pick someone, right? So I would just walk. What I would do is I would hang out in a public area, and I would find someone unsuspecting. The way I would kill someone would be like, it would be definitely first degree, because I'd really think about it. But it would also be like meticulous in a way, where like I would find someone that like I just don't like that much, just based off of their looks alone. And then I would like kind of subtly follow them and learn where they live. And then I would fuck with them mentally. And you know, when you're trying to sleep, you kind of hear like a tap on the window or some shit, and you're like, what the fuck was that? And you look out, and there's nothing there. That's me. I'm the one tapping on your window once or twice and then running away and then waiting for you to get fucking like mental. And then I would slowly start sneaking into this person's house, subtly, and moving shit or stealing like certain objects that you wouldn't suspect. Maybe like a TV remote, something that would annoy you. And so this man would slowly start. I'm assuming it's a man. It could be a female. Who knows? But this person could slowly start getting angrier every time they come back from work. TV remote's gone. The batteries are gone out of their fucking whatever. Maybe like their wireless mouse I take the battery out of that shit. Or like I cut the cord on their fucking headphones or some shit like that. Or maybe I ruin like a speaker or something. Or like I cut one of the legs off of one of his chairs. And then slowly start getting angrier. This person will just become more bitter for no reason. Or they'll just start going crazy because they think that there's someone out there trying to get them, which there is. It's me. I'm here. I'm fucking with this guy, and then I'll sneak in, and this is when I go for the kill, right? Once he's in bed sleeping, I'll sneak into the house, and then I'll just throw acid on him. Fuck it. That's it. Just throw acid on him. I don't know. It's just what I thought of. Just acid. And then you just like put the body in a bathtub and you just put some acid in there. Shit. Fuck it. See what happens. And I just leave. That's about it. Be fucking weird. Brutal. But that's probably how I would do it. Why not? There's my answer. What male celebrity would I allow give me a blowjob? Any of them. There we go. The answer. No, let's see. If it's based on who would do it the best, I would say Danny DeVito. I'm sure that he could probably slob some knob. But if it was based off of looks, I mean, I think like Ryan Reynolds is pretty cool. I like his jokes. He's pretty funny. If you know who Bo Burnham is, I'm sure he'd make it really funny. He'd tell me a good joke while he's doing it or something like that, and he's got a fucking wiener in his mouth or some shit. Those guys are pretty fun. Danny DeVito would definitely be really fun to watch. 'Cause he's so short and like a fucking trash goblin or some shit like that. Yeah. So it's either I'm just gonna go Danny DeVito. Fuck it, Danny DeVito all the way. He's the one I would. This is do I have to, fuck it. What is my ideal place to nut? I'm assuming this means the ideal place to like jack off or something like that, and I'm just gonna go with the old classic bedroom, maybe, or bathroom. I think bathroom because it's easier to clean. The old P to T, the old D to P, D to T, some good old dick to toilet action. So I don't have to do any cleaning up. You just kind of like in there, straight in there, and there's nothing after that. There's no shame of looking at your nut afterwards. You guys know, you know. You don't have to have tissues or anything like that. Easy cleaning access. You could even do it right before a shower. And you could just clean everything, cleanse your body of all of the shame. So yeah, probably bathroom, straight into the toilet. I can watch all them kids just like fucking just gone. Don't have to worry about that shit anymore. Yeah. What are some things I would? Well, actually, I'll go with this one first. It's kind of back to normal questions now. You're welcome for telling you where I would nut. Yeah. And so where would I want to live in the end? So I'm assuming like when I'm older or something, or if I could just choose my ideal place to live right now. Maybe I would go just something weird, just something foreign. Maybe like Japan, like that place sounds pretty cool. Or like Korea, or like fucking Canada, I don't know. Canada seems like not something that's not too foreign from where I am right now, but like a better, I don't know, better environment maybe. So maybe Canada. But if it was just me, by myself, maybe I'd just go to Japan and just say fuck it. And just live there for a bit, make some cool Japanese friends. Yeah. What are some things I want to do before I die? Well, let me see. Maybe I want to become famous before I die. That'd be cool. If you guys see this and I'm famous, nice. Thank you for letting me be famous. But yeah, maybe I want to try out being famous, see what happens. I think that'd be kind of cool. I think everyone kind of dreams of being famous one day. And I think it'd be cool to like have my family just like see me around, kind of like a ninja or something like that. Maybe not maybe like as famous as like Ninja or something like that. That'd be cool. But like not like basketball star or something like Kobe Bryant or like LeBron. Not like that famous, but like Ninja famous. Tyler Ninja Blevins famous. Yeah, that's one thing. Maybe I guess the generic like skydiving or something. I mean, I've heard that's pretty fun. Maybe I'd like to build something. Maybe build my own house, or like rebuild a vehicle or something like that. An old vehicle. I don't know. It's like weird shit. Some things that like old guys are trying to do, like all the time. Maybe like make my own company, have my own brand or something like that. I could probably see like having a clothing brand or like some type of like streetwear maybe. I don't know. Something like that. Maybe I'll go one more thing. Maybe I'd like to go to like culinary school or something like that. Learn how to cook good food and just like know how to do that. I like to cook already, but I think being able to like know really what it takes to go into cooking and shit like that, I think that'd be very nice, very very good. Just to be able to like put shit together that, put shit together that it tastes good without even doing it yet, and then do it and just have it taste amazing. But yeah, I think I just got no, that's it. I think that's all I got. I think that's all I got for today. I mean, I just passed the hour mark. It's a little bit longer than what I was even expecting, honestly. So it's better than I planned. So I think I'll go ahead and end it here. It's like 2 a.m. Fuck it. End it here. Thanks you guys for stopping in this week. It's episode 9 of the Boner Police podcast. Just me. Again, thanks for stopping in. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys follow me on all of my social medias. Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Twitch. All at WarriorSon. It'll all be linked underneath in the description. I'm currently in review of getting the podcast on Apple Podcasts. So if that's something you guys are interested in, make sure you guys let me know. If you guys actually listen to shit on Apple Podcasts, I personally don't, but I've heard some people say that they would like to be on there. And I could start getting like reviews and comments and shit, and that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping in. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.